Water signs, hello and welcome. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Welcome to your week ahead Taroscopes with me, Intuitive Rene. We are looking at the week of the 4th of December through to the 10th of December 2022. I am shuffling the deck that we're working with today, which is the Little Buddha Tarot. I'm giving it a shuffle, setting all the right intentions, connecting with spirit, and asking for cards that are going to give you the exact message that you need on what to deal with this week, where your energy needs to be, where your focus needs to be, what is it that you need to be mindful of for the week ahead. So as I said, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, we're looking at the week of the 4th of December through to the 10th of December 2022. All right, let me just do one more. I don't know why, I feel like we need one more shuffle, and then I will start pulling some cards. So I don't have a set theme or set of questions or anything this week. This week I am literally just going to allow the cards to speak their own voice. I am going to leave them there, draw straight off the top, and position the cards down here. So water signs. First card we have is the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is, it's not a fabulous card, all right? It is the card of nightmares. It is the card of stress, of worry and anxiety. But it's also the card that says that yes, you may have stress, worry, and anxiety, but you tend to keep it to yourself. You don't tend to show other people that you're stressed, that you're, panicking or anything. You tend to internalize a lot of that. And you might find this week that a lot of those stresses that you have been internalizing may come to the surface a little bit, okay? So what the Nine of Swords is saying to you is that you don't, first of all, you don't have to handle everything on your own. You don't have to deal with everything on your own. If you are finding yourself under an exorbitant amount of stress or under more stress than usual, this is the time to start bringing things into perspective and to find other ways of dealing with your stress, because just worrying and just panicking and just being stressed is really not good for you or good for anything else. The next card that comes up with that, I love it. We have got the card of the Sun. And the Sun is about all things happy, all things positive, all things glorious, all things wonderful. And I do think that, the message that I get with these two, because they are in conflict, these two cards. Here we've got stress and worry and panic, and here we've got happiness, joy, and success. So how do you have happiness, joy, and success when you are so stressed and worried? And often this leads to a lack of this, and this, is then just completely out of the question. So the message that's coming through for you, water signs, is that your stress is preventing you from seeing all the good in your life. Your anxiety, your panic, your fear, your worry, your etc., all of those things are holding you back from being happy, from being successful, from achieving anything and everything that you need and want and deserve for yourself. So we have to realize that our thoughts are obviously creating our reality, and you actually have so much good happening for you. There is so much positive to enjoy and to celebrate. There is so much to acknowledge for yourself, but you're not giving yourself permission to actually see all the good, all the happy, and all the joy that there is to be enjoyed and appreciated. We then have our Queen of Cups. Now, Queen of Cups, she is gorgeous. She is beautiful. Queen of Cups is an intuitive individual. She is somebody who connects with her intuition, who trusts her intuition, who believes in her intuition, and somebody who allows her intuition to guide her. Now, you may say that this is what you're doing here, which is why you're stressing, but that's not intuition. Intuition is always a positive, okay? Intuition is always telling you that everything's going to be okay, that everything's going to work out, everything's going to be just fine. That is intuition. That is not stress. Stress is fear-based. Intuition is happy and love-based. So can you see how we're shifting the energy? We're shifting the dynamic. And water signs, for you this week, that seems to be what you need to do. Your focus needs to be on shifting the dynamic from being in this position to being in this position. Let's draw some more cards and see. So we have the Hermit, and isn't this Hermit just gorgeous? Isn't he just the cutest thing you've ever seen? So he is walking a path. You can see his little footprints over here. He's got his little lantern, and he has captured a star inside that lantern. The star is not very bright. It's not showing a big path in front of him. He can literally only see a couple of feet in front of him. Now, the other thing that we notice here is our full chakras alignment in here. So we've got from our root chakra all the way through to our crown chakra, and the little star that he's captured is actually your solar plexus, okay, that he has captured there. So the solar plexus is just above your belly button, and it is the energy center of the human being. It is where we carry all our emotions, it's where we carry all our feelings, it's where we carry all our stuff. And you know, we often say to people, you'll hear people say, oh, that hit me in the gut, and that's the solar plexus. The solar plexus is, like I said, it's the place where we carry all our stuff, whether it be bad stuff or whether it be good stuff. It all is carried in our solar plexus. It is your I am. It is your point of being human. The Hermit is also the card, though, that tells you that you don't need to rely on anybody else. You do need to, though, believe in yourself. The Hermit is the card of introspection. It is the card of looking at yourself, taking a long, hard, honest look at yourself and putting things into perspective. So again, it's about getting out of this mindset of, oh no, everything is wrong and everything is bad and nothing's going to work. It's about shifting and changing that mindset into being a more positive one, in one where you are listening to your own intuition, trusting that, and also just believing that everything's going to be okay, and also realizing that you don't have to rely on anybody else. All right, nobody else is going to make you happy except you. The Hermit is the card that says, you know, believe in yourself, listen to yourself, trust in yourself. He is walking a solitary path, not because he doesn't have anybody else, but because he chooses to. He chooses to only listen to his own guidance. He chooses to only believe in his, and to do what he wants to do. This is the person who is so busy trying to please everybody else that they're failing everybody, themselves included. So water signs, this is Spirit saying to you for the week ahead, be very introspective. Realize that you have to start listening to your own inner voice. You need to start focusing on the positive, and we need to let the stress go. Let the stress go. What else does Spirit want to add? We have the Eight of Pentacles. Now, the Eight of Pentacles is about a skill learned, okay? And I think that's exactly what Spirit is saying. That Spirit is saying, okay, you know what, let's be realistic here, okay? Let's be completely realistic. We can't go from this to this instantly, as much as it would be fabulous if we could. But the truth of the matter is, you have been in this position for such a long time. We cannot now just click our fingers and suddenly switch to happy and, you know, happy-go-lucky and everything is fabulous. It is going to take time. It is a skill that needs to be learned. The Eight of Pentacles is also the card that says to you that if you keep trying something, if you keep doing something over and over and over again, you will eventually become a master of it. But if you try it once and then stop and never do it again, how would you ever become a master at anything? So the Eight of Pentacles is saying to you, we recognize, okay, water signs, we recognize what you're going through, we recognize where you're at, and we recognize that it is just going to take time. But you do need to continue working on perfecting your skill. Every time you have a bad thought, every time you have a negative thought, every time something bad happens, allow yourself to have the emotion attached to it, but for a limited time period, stop and say, okay, now I'm shifting. Now I'm focusing on myself. I'm focusing on my I am. I'm focusing on my ability to do things, and I'm just going to carry on. Then spirits say, we have the High Priestess. I love, love, love the High Priestess. So she is a major arcana card, and she is the card of inner truth. She is the card of saying you don't need to listen to anybody else. You only need to listen to yourself. She is all about the feminine, but she is also about the intuition. So it's almost like, I want to say in this particular context, the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups are, they're twins, okay? They're twinsies. They stand for the same thing. They bring the same energy. They're saying to you that, you know, the thing to focus on most, and the thing that matters most, is your intuition, your belief of self, looking internally for answers and not worrying about anything, and not allowing anything to hold you back from being abundant, happy, and successful. Because abundant, happy, and successful is clearly your message. Clearly your message, but you're allowing your insecurities, your doubts, your fears, your worries, your stresses to actually hold you back. And water signs, this week we have to work through that. Last card. You see, I love that. Isn't this the cutest thing you've ever seen? So I love this yin yang heart. We have the two that are coming together. They both look super excited to see each other. They're coming as equals. They are exactly the same height. They are carrying exactly the same thing. They are a mirror image of each other, barring the looks and the hair and the makeup and the clothing, okay? They are exactly a mirror image of each other because they realize that everything is better when shared with a friend. Everything is better when done with somebody else. So again, water signs, and I know water signs, I know you are really, conscientious about other people, and I know that you care about other people, and I know that you're always putting other people's needs, wants, and desires ahead of your own. So this week we are going to do that, but we can't go from there to there. You cannot go from a place of stress, panic, and worry to a place of, no, everything's fine, there's nothing to worry about, everything is hunky-dory and fabulous. That, unfortunately, is not possible. But we are going to build ourselves up to that, so that by the end of the week, you are going to be in a better position to enjoy time with people that you love, with people that matter to you. But you're only going to get there if you start believing in yourself, listening to yourself, and letting go of the worries, the stresses, and the anxieties that you have. And the way that you're going to get through that is by just working on it continuously and focusing on the positive, focusing on yourself, not always being worried about everybody else. Focus on your I am. That is the most important thing that you do. And by focusing on yourself, it'll lead you to better times with the people that you love. So water signs, wishing you an amazing week ahead. I think you know what to do here. I think you know that this is the big one. This is what you need to be focusing on so that you can have all of this that you want, all of this that you deserve for the week ahead. So as always, sending you much love and many blessings. And until we connect again, take care.